Alright, let's try this again. I think I have everything up and running. I can see all my screens, I can see all my talking points. This is something I at least want to try. Maybe it'll just last tonight, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to hopefully sit here and play some Hearthstone and also talk about to myself why I want to do this. I made a YouTube video earlier, like I'm talking to people here, but it was terrible sound quality. I spent a good half hour figuring out how to fix that, and now I'm just going to stream some Hearthstone and talk about what I talked about then, where I want to go with life, and if in 30 days I'm there, I'll probably post all these videos and links online and maybe make something of it. I think I'm just going to do Arena for now since I hate the ladder. My goals right now in life are kind of like motivation versus determination, where you can be really, really motivated to do things, but when you get down to do it, you don't actually get it done. Like when you go to bed at night and you keep on thinking to yourself, yeah, let's do this. And then you wake up the next morning and you feel like total crap and you don't get anything done. That's where I'm at in life, where I always feel like getting a lot done, but I never seem to actually get that thing done. And I want to actually get that done. That's why I'm doing this right now, because it'll kind of be like a video log to help me keep up with my life, ideally. We'll see how that goes. The very first thing, though, is that I've never had that determination to get a lot of stuff all the way done. I've always started a lot of things. I've never been great at it. I think it's partly because my attention span is shot. I've never done the time, so to speak, to be great at something, and so this is something I really want to put in the time for. Just all of this that's going on right now, the streaming, the Hearthstone, the keeping up something consistent in my life, for however consistent I can make it, hopefully a few times a week, we'll see. I'm mostly just speaking to myself right now to get practice for this. It's not going awful. So the first thing really big in my life right now is that I want to get into shape. And I have no idea how to do that. I've started jogging a few times. I used to work out a little bit. It's all been self-motivated, self-taught, because I really have no idea how to do that, to be honest. And so just today I downloaded one of those 30-day challenges thing. It's really simple. The one today took about 5 minutes, and the goal is to get that done, the 30-day challenge, before sorry, I'm playing Hearthstone, before my birthday on October 10th, which is 34-ish days away. And so if I can hit that 30-day challenges in the next 34 days or whatever, I'll feel pretty good about that. And then the idea is after I get those 34 days, 30 days done, make it on to next summer. The one viewer in chat thing keeps popping up every now and then. I'm not sure if that's me or someone else. I've never viewed the lowest viewed streams on Twitch, but someone might. So we'll see how this goes. So that's the main thing, is to hit that 30-day challenge, get there in life, but also be videotaping along the way. So not necessarily need 30 days of video, but be consistent in that at least. So I have just some consistently, some good practices, some good habits to form. And the idea is hit that 30 days, and then hit next summer, and then the next few years I have it on my notes, till 30, till 40. You know, we'll see how that actually ends up going. I don't know what to do in this game right now. I'm probably going to lose, but that's the physical activity part. The next part is I'm working on a mobile game, or just it's supposed to be a tabletop game is what it originally planned, and it had all the hero power aspects of Hearthstone built into it before I ever knew that Hearthstone was a thing. And I think I started thinking about it when Hearthstone was in the beta, and then I figured out what Hearthstone was, and I was like, oh, well, that's really cool. And so you're a character with your attack, health, power, and defense, and so is the other person, and you build those up back and forth and try and just overpower the other person. It's very as fair as I could make it, because the idea was that I wanted to make something like a card game, board game, RPG-esque, that's more chess-like, so it's more fair, so it's more even-sided, I guess. One person's not drawing the nuts and just wins the game. So it's functional. I'm going to have up to 6 mana abilities that you can play on your turn. I have 1 through 5 actually built into the game, but the game doesn't register if you've won or lost. It just activates your abilities and attacks. And so I have goals for the next 4 weeks that I want to kind of build out. Week 1, the 6 mana abilities. 1 second. And royal abilities, and that just means what kind of powers each of the characters that I want involved in the game, which is the Jack, Queen, and King, to be able to activate, and how that'll all work. Why is this going on in Hearthstone right now? And that's a terrible move. Week 2 is 1 cost per turn, so if I use my 2 cost ability this turn, I can't use it until my whole next turn. Ideally, something like that sounds awesome. And then 2 attacks per turn, which is something new, not in most games, but I really like that idea. Week 3, use only abilities on your opponent's turn. Something I really like about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that you have to be reactive on your opponent's turn. So that just means you can't do something until they do something, and I want to make that part of the game. And so even if your opponent ends their turn without doing anything, they want to try and throw you off, you can't do anything, which is something that I really like about that. Why is this happening right now? I got shattered. Like, what? It's a terrible card. Anyway. So that's week 3 is opponent's turn. I'm just gonna concede this. It's filled with mechs, but it has no spells. And week 4 is work out the death rolling, and so the idea of the game is you're a Jack and you want to become a Queen, and then you want to become a King. But what happens if you're a Jack? Do you become the Queen, or if you're the Queen and you die because you leveled up, do you then go back to the Jack? I haven't worked all that out. It's a thought. It's just a game I want to finish, going along with all these other projects of actually finishing something in my life. We'll see how it goes. So that's the next month of what I want to do with the game development. If it ever finishes it, I'd like to make it into like an RPG-esque type of game. You start out as a 2, work your way up to an ace, go through all the suits. I'm thinking different levels, kind of like Sword Art Online. Terrific show, move your way up. Something I would like to finish. Honestly, if I get it done by the time I'm 25, I'd be super happy. And then finally, the fourth thing I really want to be good at is, I have it on here, is be good at something. And the social media streaming is the start of that. Even if this just helps me conversate better, because I'm actually talking at home instead of just sitting here doing nothing. And it helps me do social media, all this sort of presence online. I think getting good at something like that would be super, super helpful and super cool, and something I want to be a part of. Other than that, what I'm streaming I also want to get good at, and I think that'll help because I've heard streaming kind of makes you play better in a way. So whether it's Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Hearthstone or whatever I become good at, that's something else I want to be committed to in a way. So that's my main point for this first video, is that I'm taking stock of where I'm at right now in life and where I want to be 30 days from now, and then a lot longer than that from now. So we'll see. I will hopefully return back to this video. I'm not making a lot of these public just yet. Combos. Wow, that is the second time in the stream all my hits have gone base. That's ridiculous. So anyway, we'll see how this goes. I hope this video is not the end of something and more of the beginning.